Of course, let's move over now to our co-main event, which is, the UFC has not come out and said this is a title limiter, but the expectation is that the winner of this matchup will take on Jiri Prochazka for the now vacant light heavyweight title here at some point. I would think probably December is when they'll target for this matchup to take place here. So you got the former champion in the 205-pound division, Jan Blachowicz, taking on the former middleweight champion, 𝗕𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁, moving up, who just looks like a massive man, even at 205 pounds here. Of course, this is a straight pick'em fight, -110 on both sides. Over on DraftKings, Blachowicz is 8,200, 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵 8,000, and they're both $15 on FanDuel, Pete.
Yeah, I love the fight. And I'm actually surprised that, the UFC didn't go ahead and just book this as the title fight, given the circumstances of the injuries surrounding Jamal Hill and Jiri Prochazka coming off of, extensive time off. But it's all going to work out, and we're going to get an amazing fight regardless. I think naturally I would love to see 𝗕𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁 against Jiri Prochazka. From a striking standpoint, that would just be ridiculous. But in this matchup, we do have two high-profile fighters. The wealth of experience in MMA definitely lies with Jan Blachowicz. We have seen Jan Blachowicz lace up his wrestling shoes and go to the takedown well. And the Israel Adesanya fight really sticks out to me because I didn't think the size advantage that Jan was going to have in that fight was going to be as significant as it was. Now, 𝗕𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁 is a massive man, so the size advantage is nullified. If anything, Alex is the bigger guy, but I do think the wrestling skill of Jan Blachowicz is there, and everything I'm seeing training footage wise, he's throwing great combinations to have his opponents respect his guard, and then he's shooting the takedown underneath. That's what he needs to do. Outside the Israel Adesanya fight, you'd have to go back to Jared Cannonier back in 2017 when we go and we see Jan pick up multiple takedowns. He landed 4 against Jared Cannonier in a 15-minute fight. Prior to that, the only other time he landed more than 1 was against 𝗕𝗒𝗄𝗄 Pereira. So, he knows how to land takedowns. It's just what happens if Alex keeps getting back to his feet. He has to avoid the dangerous left hook, whether it's to the body or the head. I think that Alex has the clear power to knock out Jan Blachowicz. But I can't really pick against Jan when I'm looking at everything up until this point. The only person to put him away was Thiago Santos as he was blitzing in, hit him with a counter shot. Alex, if he wins, it's going to be by finding the chin. I do think that throughout the contest, if Jan goes out there and doesn't wrestle, he's stupid because, the leg kicks that he landed against Magomed Ankalaev and everything up to that point, all his other performances, he needs to not become a striker in this matchup. Test the chin a little bit, get some respect, but lace up those wrestling shoes. It's a clear gap in skill. So it's a lean towards Jan Blachowicz, but, just like the main event, I'm going to have a ton of Alex lineups in case he does find the knockout. So for me, I may be different than most people, but I'm picking Jan Blachowicz to win a decision.
I'm going to go with 𝗕𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁 in this one. I just think that I expect him to get taken down. Let me just say that. I expect he does get taken down. Over on Prize Picks, the takedown prop for Jan Blachowicz is 2. It's not one of my favorite plays, and at the end of the show, I'll talk about my Prize Picks plays that I do like, and over tomorrow in Score, I will put my Prize Picks card plays in there, and I know that a lot of people like to chase those 5 lineup cards over Prize Picks. That's not my style over on Prize Picks. I like to kind of go with those 3, and of course, if you're over to Score last Saturday, you would have saw what I had over there, and a nice little win I had in terms of that one. But look, you just know you have to. If you're Jan Blachowicz, you cannot get into a kickboxing matchup, and I think also a potential X factor is Glover Teixeira, the fact that he's been there with Jan. So I think that's another thing to kind of stay into. But look, I have not started building lineups yet. I would not be surprised if, for say, one tournament, I might do a crunch of give me at least 2 of these 4 guys in every lineup.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's going to be like a 55-45 lean for me, for both of them, main event and co-main event. It's just next to impossible for me to get away from it. Especially when you have, little faith in a lot of the underdogs on the slate.
And what does become interesting, and look, you're obviously on the FanDuel side of the equation. A lot of people in that MVP spot are going to be looking at that main event. Totally understandable. 5-round fight. Expect high volume. But if you're looking to get different from the field, I think this is a fight to target as the MVP. I mean, look, you're not going to feel good on either side because you're going to fear that Jan Blachowicz just gets takedowns and Alex Pereira can't do anything, or vice versa. Alex Pereira just stops a takedown, lands that left hook, and it's night-night. But that, to me, could be a way if you want to attack the MVP spot over there on the FanDuel side of the equation.